I know you did. Rookie quarterback.
Honestly, Shedeur has the power.
Yeah. I don't know if I have the levers here. I've got many executives in my ear. Talk Shedeur! Talk Shedeur! Talk Shedeur! So we will. Shedeur Sanders was held out of team drills on Saturday because of arm soreness, and that was from the team. Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel handled all the reps, as we know that Kenny Pickett is still dealing with that hamstring injury. The Browns have had 9 practices since camp opened, and Shedeur, despite throwing for the 3rd most attempts, July stats, has put up the best numbers for whatever that is worth. Best completion percentage at 70% and the most touchdowns thrown. We say that kiddingly, but there is something to it that he's not on the field. Dano, who do you think should be the Browns starting quarterback week 1?
One of the rookies. Either Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders should be their starting quarterback. Joe Flacco, unbelievable career, and Kenny Pickett, they're going to get you 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 wins, maybe. I know that. I know that what we have in those guys. 2 first-round picks in 2026. I want to see if one of these rookies is lightning in a bottle. I want to see if one of these guys makes us go, whoa, 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 whoa. We have a starting quarterback here, and we don't have to use one of those first-round picks of 2026 to go get one of those quarterbacks. We're going to be really good with one of these guys, and let's continue to build this roster. It would be one of those rookies for me if I was Cleveland.
Peter, we talked a lot about one of the worst parts about the job, which is paying players and the disagreements and all that. Cutting players is by far the worst. The best part about the job is it is the ultimate meritocracy. It's everything that's great about our country relative to let the best players play. These guys know what they weren't first-round picks. And let Shedeur Sanders go out there and compete. Those statistics, I know it's July, but Tom Brady is his mentor. You can see all over social media that how did Tom Brady get through the day when he was the 8th string at Michigan? Hey, if I got 2 reps, they were the best 2 reps. And you stack one good day on top of the next. There's a lot of noise around Shedeur around the draft. Whether it's fair or unfair, it's ancient history. And if I was the GM of the Browns, I would look him and Dillon Gabriel in the eye and say, hey, your job is to make my job easy, which is to say at the end of the 2025 season, we have a quarterback. We have 2 first-round picks, and we don't need a quarterback. And go earn it each and every day. And if I'm the Browns, I play the best player, and there's no reason it can't be one of those rookies, and in my opinion, it'd be Shedeur.
RC, do you agree?
Well, yeah, I agree, but it don't really seem like they care. I like the conversations around Shedeur Sanders have absolutely gotten to a point to where it's just laughable, right? When the owner comes out and basically says, shoot, I ain't want him. Andrew Berry had to draft him.
You were not going to draft him.
Yeah, I think it's
Code red.
Yeah, okay, so we've gotten to this point to where we're saying, as an owner, we didn't even really want him on the team, and now you're going to ask Kevin Stefanski to push him to the front of the line so you can see what you have in him, because we all believe that he has starter quality. It doesn't seem that the Cleveland Browns see Shedeur Sanders that way, and a lot of times when you draft a guy in the 3rd round or you draft a guy in the 5th round, when you're talking about Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur, you sort of said to yourself, we gave up this early pick because we know what next year's draft is going to be like. Yeah. And even if one of these guys are good enough, will they be better, more tantalizing, have more potential than someone who could be in the top 5 next year, someone who could be in the top 4, the top 3? It feels to me that the Cleveland Browns have actually punted on finding a franchise quarterback. And I think that's sad, because if you could see that in one of these 2 young men, now you have 2 first-round picks next year to make your entire team better.
Yeah, RC, just imagine though, guys, if you have a quarterback and you have a top 5 pick.
Sure.
Imagine what you could get in next year's draft with that.
Those are 3rd and 5th round picks. It's not like a top 10 pick we're waiting on.
If you look at the chronology of the Browns offseason, before they got any of these other guys, they got Kenny Pickett. They made a trade to get Kenny Pickett when they did not know that Joe Flacco was going to come back, and they did not know who, if anyone, they were going to draft at quarterback in the draft. So they believe Kenny Pickett, who was a first-round pick a couple of years ago, who was the backup quarterback on a Super Bowl championship team last year, they wanted to take a look at that and see if they could make something out of it. They went and got him. Everything else sort of came to them. I get, Mike T, you're shaking your head. It shouldn't matter. But you'd also know that it kind of does. Right. If they really want to take a look at Kenny Pickett, they're going to take a look at Kenny Pickett. What I'm saying is this. Shedeur Sanders is currently 4th on the depth chart at quarterback in Cleveland. His arm hurts and he's not practicing. He hit the obstacles to get from where he is to starting quarterback are significant.
And I'm going to be honest.
And I don't think he overcomes them in a month.
His arm actually can't hurt. Right, where he is, if he's trying to play, he can't miss reps because his arm is sore.
I agree.
Not every 5th round pick makes the team.
Correct.
And so if you're Cleveland, you're sitting there in the 5th round, you're going, all right, fine, we got one more pick. Let's just
Number one player in all of football in jerseys sold this summer.
Yeah.
Wait, one thing.
Does that, I mean,
help you make the
this
team?
is not
I
every
don't
5th
know.
round pick.
Dan, the reason
get
I
it.
was pushing back is this. On Kenny Pickett, there is an axiom that front offices consider, which is 3 teams in 3 years is always a red flag. And when you look at the head coaches that have moved on from Kenny Pickett and Mike Tomlin and Nick Sirianni, I'd be a little concerned.
But Mike T, they're going to move on from Kenny Pickett. But if you're Kevin Stefanski,
wanna
who's been
see
the
him
coach
first.
of the year, you can say, you know what, I can make a quarterback play well enough to get us enough wins because we know we have 2 picks in next year's draft. We don't have to totally fall off. We don't have to rebuild. Now I can find a way to win, keep my job, and get my quarterback.
Baker Mayfield, 3 teams in 3 years?
Yes.
How about
Sam
that?
Darnold, 3 teams in 3 years?
I don't know.
It can happen. Good morning and welcome to Get Up. I'm Peter Schrager. I'm in for Greeny this morning, and we have a full house here
What
at
a
the
guy.
table. From left to right, Mike Tannenbaum, Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky,
Making me a little
and
uncomfortable.
Dan Graziano. Dan Orlovsky is giving me a Swedish massage right now, and I like
Look
it.
how long
do the
his
other one?
arms are. He can touch
The other
both of
one.
you
Yeah.
at the same time.
We're doing a little game we're calling Summer Box Office to start the show. I asked each one of my panelists before the show to give me the player they are most excited to watch in the next 3 weeks during preseason. Dan Graziano, we start with you.
Travis Hunter, how can you not be dealing with Travis Hunter? This is the most exciting story in the NFL right now. He's going to play on both sides of the ball. Everything you hear about this story makes you better informed about it. RC had a note just a couple minutes ago about how he doesn't wear gloves in practice. That as a reporter, I'm ticked off. I didn't find out myself. But everything about Travis Hunter is exciting. I cannot wait to see how this all comes
It takes
together.
a village. It takes a village. Ryan, what do you got?
For me, it's Cam Ward. Has there been a first overall pick that has been talked about less than this young man? And all he's done is every report is talking about his maturity, his leadership. Dan was just speaking of a quote from this weekend. He said, I watched my father get up at 4:30 every morning and do a job he did not like. Why wouldn't I get up and do this one for football that I love? What it says to me is he has all the intangibles to be a great quarterback, and those are things we haven't talked about when speaking about this young QB.
Mike T, how about you?
Copy and paste. I'm just going to talk about the tangibles now. Everything RC said, I agree with. Go back to last year. Only Cade Klubnik of Clemson had a better TD to interception ratio. He takes care of the ball. I work with Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach. Him and Brian Callahan want to run the ball, take care of the ball. This team will compete right now this year for the AFC South because he won't turn the ball over and he will exceed expectations.
Who did you not work with?
They don't say that.
Been in the business a long time, bro.
Sneaky.
Dude.
Emeka Egbuka. I think this young man is going to contend for Rookie of the Year. This is going to be one of the, if not the best wide receiver groups in the NFL. And while he steps in and it's Mike Evans, the Hall of Famer, and Chris Godwin coming back from injury and McMillan's rookie year,
No gloves.
Egbuka is going to be a star. He is an outstanding route runner. His ability to change pace is going to be phenomenal. His connection with Baker Mayfield is going to be real. I can't wait to watch this dude in this offense.
Most impressive new player I met in person on my trip last week.
Yeah?
Absolutely
I think
remarkable.
the pre-draft stuff you heard about this guy was, if you want to find someone to marry your daughter, it is this young man out of Ohio
Or
State.
get open on third.
We'll take that
second.
also.
Which works.
The all-time leading receiver in the history of Ohio State. And last time I checked, they had a couple guys
Yeah,
that were okay.
I said
Well, he was
this.
there.
I asked my son Jordan, I was like, who's the best player you played against at Notre Dame? And he said, by far, it was Emeka Egbuka. Yeah.
High praise.
Good call,
Speaking
Dan.
of box office and high praise,